All praises belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord of all the worlds. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send peace and blessings upon the final and last messenger, Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides, no one can lead him astray. And whoever Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala leads astray, then there's absolutely no one that can guide him. Continuing with the chapter of Al-Iman from Sahih Al-Bukhari, we constantly reiterate that the pillars of Iman are three. Iman is speech on the tongue, belief in the heart, and actions on our body parts. Iman increases with obedience and decreases with disobedience. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid us in obeying Him. The two hadith we took last week, where a Sahaba asked the Prophet alayhi salatu wasallam about the best of Islam, the best deeds. And he said, Man salima muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadi. The afdal, the best. Here it doesn't mean that it's better than the shahada. It doesn't mean that it's better than the prayer. It doesn't mean that it's better than Hajj. But it is showing us, as Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali mentioned, that a person's iman, it varies. It increases and increases and increases. So a Muslim who harms another Muslim with his tongue, a Muslim who harms another Muslim with his hand, it doesn't mean that this person is not a Muslim, but rather it is a sign, an indication of his weakness of faith. The next chapter, Imam al-Bukhari, he mentioned, was the chapter of feeding people is from Islam, meaning it is part of faith. And Abdullah ibn Amr, and رجل سأل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أي إسلامي خير قال تطعم الطعام وتقرأ السلام على من عرفت ومن لم تعرف. Abdullah ibn Amr, he said that a man asked the Prophet, which Islam is good? Which Islam is great? He said, it is that you feed people and that you convey the salams to those whom you know and those who you don't know. Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, rahimahullah ta'ala, he said that the Prophet has mentioned in this hadith, the best of Islam is to feed people and to convey the salams. And in another hadith connected in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad, the Prophet was asked, what is Islam? And he answered by saying, gentleness in speech and to feed other people. So Islam, in this hadith, Ibn Rajab, he said, it means tam, complete, kamil, perfect, complete and perfect. These are the levels in Islam. Some levels are higher than others. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase our iman. In this hadith, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he joined two things, spreading the salams and feeding people. Because this is from the signs of ihsan, showing righteousness and good conduct with qawl, with speech, wal fi'l, with actions. And this is the most perfect when you're able to do this, as Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali said. And Khairul Islam, the best of Islam, can only come after you complete the obligations of Islam, the wajibat. So whoever comes with the fara'id, whoever comes with the wajibat in Islam, then he progresses his iman to the darajat of ihsan by being good towards people, then he is on the best of faith. Whoever doesn't come up with this does not mean that there's no good in him whatsoever, unrestrictedly. No, it doesn't mean that. Because Ibn Rajab, he mentioned, that even if a person doesn't feed others and he's not gentle in his speech towards others, then it just shows that he has a weakness of Iman, a weakness of faith. In regards to the second part of the hadith about conveying salams to those whom you know and those who you don't know, Ibn Rajab, he said that this is the best kind of salams. These are among the best kind of salams, meaning you pass someone you don't know, or you enter into a store. You know the guy, you know the workers there, a Muslim, give him the salams. Give him the salams. The spreading of the salams, beginning with the salams, is a sunnah, and unfortunately in our day and time, it has been replaced with good morning, it has been replaced with marhaban, it has been replaced with all of the other colloquial ways of greeting, you know. But salam is the best way how we begin our speech amongst ourselves. And amongst those, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, who has good iman, is that you give salams to those whom you don't know. From the signs of the Day of Judgment, the Prophet ﷺ, he said that salams will only be conveyed amongst the people who know each other, amongst the same tribe, amongst the same people of nationality, amongst the same people in the community. I don't know who this is, so you don't give them salams. And in regards to the Jews and the Christians, Ahlul Kitab, then the Jumhur, the majority of the scholars, say that we don't begin salam with them. However, if they say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, if they just say Assalamu alaikum, out of respect to us, then we can just reply to them as the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam has taught us, wa alaikum. The next hadith is a very important hadith. It's the chapter of, from the signs of Iman, is that you love for your brother what you love for yourself. And Anas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, and the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, قال لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he said that verily none of you believes, none of you truly believes, none of you has faith until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. In this hadith, Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, he said that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he denied Iman for the one who doesn't love for his brother what he loves for himself. And that shows that the love, what we feel in our heart for our brothers, should be the same what we feel for ourselves. And in this instance, having this kind of belief in the heart is from the characteristics of Iman. In fact, it's from the wajibat. It's from the obligations of Iman. It's from the obligations of Iman. So, Ibn Rajab, he said, the person, the man, he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Truly, to obtain this, we have to remove jealousy from our hearts towards our brothers. We have to remove ghish, trying to deceive our brothers. We have to remove ghish from our hearts. We have to remove haqad, spite, holding malice. Someone said something, somebody did something to you 6 months ago, and you still carry this in your chest to the point that you see him, you don't give him salams. To the point when he's having a function, when he's having an event, you won't visit it simply because you're jealous because maybe he got the promotion and you didn't. You're jealous because he has something that you think you should have. And ghish, deceiving your brothers. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, لا تدخلوا الجنة حتى تؤمنوا ولا تؤمنوا حتى تحابوا. That you'll never enter Jannah, you won't enter Jannah until you believe, and you won't truly believe until you have mutual love between yourself. From these two hadith, we benefit from that the ma'na, the first hadith, tut'imu ta'am wa taqra as-salam ala man arafta wa man lam ta'raf. It means that feeding a person and conveying salams is from the characteristics of Iman. And the second hadith where the Prophet said, none of you truly believes till he loves for his brother what he loves for himself, that we benefit from this hadith, the importance of having mutual love and brotherhood between each other. We benefit from this hadith is that love is from the characteristics of Iman, and likewise so is hating from the characteristics of Iman. So everything that we hate for ourselves, then we should hate it for our brother. And everything that we love for ourselves, we should love it for our brother. And last point, that this hadith, la yukminu, none of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Then it is encouragement for us to have a connection between each other, to stay in touch with each other, to be concerned about each other's well-being. And this is from the signs of brotherhood. And Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala knows best. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.